Alright you guys, welcome back to another deck video. Today we are going to be going over Reuniclus. Fair warning, I dislike this deck a lot. I think it requires so much setup to not get a lot accomplished with it. It all kind of revolves around, not that one, but these two. This Reuniclus does 40 damage times the number of Reuniclus you had in play, so putting them all out, that's 160 damage, awesome, but that requires you getting 4 stage 2s out, very, very hard. And then this Reuniclus, if Solosis is on your bench, does 30 damage, if Duosion does 60, if Reuniclus it does 90, and it does stack. It's not for every, so it doesn't do like 90 for every Reuniclus, but if you do have every Reuniclus it does 90, and then if you have a Duosion it does 60 more damage, so you're doing 160 damage for 1 energy. This is the Reuniclus that you want to spam. The rest of these are in there just for like counts. So yes, you can hit a lot of damage, but they're all at 90 or 100 HP. They're all kind of fragile. It does take a lot of setup. Your basics are at like 30 HP and 60 HP, or your basic in your stage 1. So that's why I kind of like it. It is a lot of non-EX trades, so if you can get everything you need in a turn, and you just keep cycling this Reuniclus with Dimension Valley or EXP share or something like that, yes, you can steal wins, but I think it's just like too much setup. You're going to fall too far behind. Your opponent's going to like put a muscle band on a Dunsparce and knock out Solosises, and you're going to try to find them, and you want Broken Time Space in play, but you also want Dimension Valley in play, that sort of thing. This Reuniclus doesn't offer a whole lot. It does move damage counters on your side of the field, but 90 HP is not a whole lot. It just kind of allocates if you need a max potion something, I guess. And then this one is literally in there just because it's the only... there's 2 other Reunicluses, and they both are very bad. This one does 30 and reduces damage by 30, so like you can take cheap knockouts with it, but really not great. You're really just going to want to net force and link fusion as many times as possible. So we're playing 4 there. You're going to play 4 Duosians as well. 1, 2, 3, 4 Duosians, as well as 4 Solosises, just for maximum consistency value. And then the only other 2 Pokemon you're playing, you're going to play Mr. Mime, because all these 30 HP cuties down here can get one shot fairly easily with snipe attacks, so Mime to keep those in check. And then you play a Mew as well to help you keep these Reunicluses in, and just to kind of deal more damage. You know, you can attack with Mew 1 energy if all 4 Reuniclus are in play, for if you get lucky enough. Do 160, and then this stays in place, you can do 160 more. That's why Mew is in play. That's it for Pokemon you play the 4-4-4 line, Mew and Mr. Mime. That's it for non-support Pokemon, rather, because you are playing your 12 support standard-looking Pokemon here. These are in every single deck. Super, super good for early game, late game, mid game, draw power, what have you, search. These cards are in every single deck. I don't think there'd be any reason not to play it in this deck. Bench space might be the only thing I would consider, but there's ways around it. You need Mime out. You need Mime out. You need all your Reunicluses out. So bench space can be an issue, but hey, might be the only reason. I mean, I'm just grasping at straws here to like, this is why you wouldn't play the best Pokemon in the game. Moving on to these supporters. You got an AZ, Baybase, Colress, Copycat, leading off with the 4 standard ones up there. Guzma, Hex, and we're actually going to play an Iris in this deck. Does struggle with damage. I still think Iris needs to go in like every deck these days, but I am showing you the builds that we had from the tournament, so keep that in mind. But Iris probably needs to go in every single deck. Karina, Lysander, Trump card, Marlies, and with the full art Mallow in here. I don't know why I chose this deck to have the full art. Collector, Juniper, Oak, Sycamore, Rockets, Rosies, Skyla, Teammates, Twins, Wally. Normally you don't see Twins too much, but this deck will be falling behind just because it's so much setup, and you only have 30 HP basics, so likelihood that they'll get knocked out turn 1, turn 2, fairly high. So I think Twins is a good card. Eventually you will swing it back in your favor because you do play a lot of non-EXs. Your 2 main attackers are all non-EXs, so eventually the Twins will swing it back just because you'll take those non-EX trades. But if you're against another non-EX deck, you're kind of your Twins is definitely going to be active all game, to say the least. We're going to play Acrobike and Battle Compressor. Battle Compressor to kind of thin your deck just a little bit. If you don't need your Mime, like if you know they don't have sniping, you can do that. you're going to try to barrel through your deck and set these up as quickly as possible. So there is a little bit extra drop power in here, I think. Yeah, there is a little bit extra, not a whole heap. Bill, Computer Search, Escape Rope, Evo Soda, and Imposter Rogue's Invention, all staple cards there. Item Finder, Junk Arm, Level Ball, Luxury Ball, staple 4 row there. You will play the Max Potion. You do attack for 1 energy on the Net Force one and 2 for the other one, but it is nice for the Reuniclus that moves damage. If you ever need to move damage to something, you can Max Potion it. There aren't a lot of big, heavy HP Pokemon in this deck, so Max Potion could be cut if you're not too worried about it. Misty's Wrath and Pal Pad, standard stuff there. Playing a Pokedex handy as well, so there's 1, 2, 3, draw 2 off the top of your decks. You could consider Erica as well if you're looking at that route. You're playing Breeder, and you're playing Rare Candy. It's the Stage 2 Evolutions. Pokemon Center as well as Max Potion. It's to keep any spread going away. You have the Mime and the Max Potion and the Pokemon Center and the other Reuniclus. So what I would say is that if you wanted to, you could put some big fatty, like a 101 line or something, or a fatty basic, like a 150 HP Psychic Pokemon of some sort. I can't really think of any off the top of my head. But that's why you would play Pokemon Center, to kind of disperse the damage. Communication, some Retriever, and Oak. Repeat Ball is in this deck as well because you want to set up so many Reunicluses, so extra search is nice. You could put Pokemon Trader in, but I don't think Trader is necessarily better in this deck specifically. Rescue Stretcher, extra recovery. You're also looking at Time-Space Distortion. A lot of recovery because you need so many Stage 2s out at once. The last couple decks have done profiles on being Gardevoir and Poliwrath. You need Stage 2s out, and you need a whole bunch of them out. So extra recovery is the way to kind of ensure that. Scoop Up, Super Rod, speaking of recovery. We're also going to play Surprise Time Machine and Swoop Teleporter. Surprise Time Machine basically just to keep your the Net Force Reuniclus in play and the Link Fusion Reuniclus in play. You're going to play Ultra Ball versus Secret and Field Lore. So a lot of items in this deck, but that's okay because you need all that recovery to keep the Reunicluses flowing. You need like a whole bunch of them out, or at least like the Link Blast one out to start dealing a significant amount of damage. Moving on to stadiums, we do play a Skyfield. Like I said, bench space isn't that big of a deal, but it does alleviate a lot of need for some stuff. Broken Time Space for Evolving, and then Dimension Valley because you are playing Psychic, and Link Fusion does require a Psychic and a Colorless. Tools, we're going to be looking at Muscle Band, Floatstone, Fluffy Berry. You're playing both Floatstone and Fluffy Berry to make sure that you can always get your Net Force or Link Blast out. Net Force? I think, yeah, Net Force, Link Fusion, that's what it's called, I think. Sure. And then Muscle Band, staple, 20 damage card, super awesome there. Each of the Elite Four plus Dowsing Machine, no reason not to play any of these. Just be careful when you goop to not shut off your own Mime, I guess. That's the only thing there. Only special energy you're playing is Double Rainbow Energy, and that's for the Link Fusion one, so you can attack right away. No need for DCE, there's not any DCE-based attackers. You could be considered to play a regular Rainbow, so that your Mew EX can take advantage of your opponent's Pokemon's attack. That actually doesn't sound bad. Put a regular Rainbow in as well, just for that, because the 10 damage you attach from the regular Rainbow can just be moved with the other Reuniclus, so it's not going to come into play that much. And then 3, 6, 9, 10 Psychic Energies, more than enough. So yeah, make this a Rainbow Energy, and you're all set and groovy. So yep, shorter video again. It's all about just getting as many Reunicluses out as possible, or at least like some Reuniclus, some Duosion, and just kind of smacking and net forcing, and where's the other one? And Link Fusioning. Really just attacking with these and trying to one-shot stuff. So yeah, if you have any questions, please let me know. If not, hope you enjoy the video.